Good evening, warriors. We had talked about the power of interruption. We talked about the space between what happens and what you do next. Tonight, we're going to experience that space because sometimes transformation doesn't begin with changing everything. Sometimes it begins with one simple act. You pause. You interrupt the automatic response. You give yourself a moment to breathe, a moment to notice, a moment to listen, and a moment to choose. So tonight, you do not have to solve anything. You do not have to force clarity. You do not have to become fearless. Tonight, we practice the pause. So I invite you to find a comfortable position. Allow your body to settle. Let your feet rest comfortably. Relax your shoulders, soften your jaw. Let your hands become relaxed. If you want to use essential oils that can help you during this time, feel free to do so. If not, then move on to the next component of the guided meditation. If you are using lavender, 99 essential oils, and it's safe and approximately diluted for you, place one drop in your left palm. Rub your hands together and allow you to inhale that beautiful aroma without touching your face. Then slowly inhale that relaxing aroma. Breathe in and slowly release. Do that one more time. Inhale slowly and release and let go. Allow the aroma to become of your transition. You are leaving the noise of the day behind. You are entering a space where you do not have to react. Now we are going to do the 4-4-6 breath. This is your first interruption. Instead of rushing, we slow down. Instead of reacting, we breathe. Take a slow breath in for 4, 2, 3, 4. Hold gently for 4, 2, 3, 4. Now slowly release for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Let's do that again. Take in a slow breath for 4, 2, 3, 4. Hold gently for 4, 2, 3, 4. Now slowly release for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do it one more time. Take in another deep breath of the aroma. And let's do it again. Inhale for 4, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And slowly release. Now bring your breathing back to its natural rhythm. Notice the difference. You didn't force anything. You simply interrupted the pace. Feel the surface beneath you. Notice your feet. Notice your hands. Notice your shoulders. Notice your jaw. Notice your breathing. There is nothing you need to fix, nothing you need to perform. Simply be here and quietly tell yourself, I am allowed to pause. Let's say that again. I am allowed to pause. Let those words settle into your body. Now I want you to visualize a road. Imagine yourself traveling down a familiar road. You know the turns. You know where it leads. You travel this road many times. This road represents an old pattern. Maybe yours is overthinking, maybe self doubt, maybe avoidance, maybe reacting too quickly, maybe assuming the worst. Whatever your pattern is, see yourself traveling that familiar road and then stop. Imagine yourself pressing a pause button. The road hasn't disappeared. The pattern hasn't disappeared, but you have stopped moving automatically. Pause. And in this moment, you realize I don't have to keep going simply because I've gone this way before. Take a breath. Now, bring one manageable situation to mind, something that tends to activate your familiar response. Don't choose something overwhelming. Choose something you can observe without being consumed by it. See the situation. Notice what happens in your body. Does your chest tighten? Does your stomach contract? Do your shoulders rise? Does your breathing become shallow? Does your mind become busy? Don't change it. Just notice. Pause. Now silently say, this is a response I have learned. Not this is who I am, but this is a response I have learned. Take a breath. Now ask yourself to hear what fear is saying. Ask, what is fear telling me? Pause. Let the thoughts come. Maybe fear says, what if I fail? What if I get hurt? What if they leave? What if I make the wrong choice? Whatever comes, let it speak. You don't have to fight it. You don't have to argue with it. You don't have to obey it. Simply say, I hear you. Pause. And then, but I don't have to react right now. Pause. Now imagine placing the entire fear story in front of you. See the words, what if, and watch them begin to fade. Not because you're denying the possibility, but because you are returning to the present. Ask, what actually happened? Pause. Now, what do I actually know? Pause. And finally, what am I assuming? Pause. Let the facts become clear. Fear may speak about tomorrow, but your awareness brings you back to now. Now imagine yourself standing in a space between the triggers and the responses. There is no pressure here, no rush, no need to perform, just space. Breathe, pause, ask yourself, what becomes clear when I stop reacting? Pause. Don't force an answer. Allow the silence to be part of the meditation. Pause. Now ask, what does my deeper wisdom want me to notice? Pause. Again, don't chase the answer. Listen. Now gently ask, is this fear asking me to escape discomfort? Pause. And, or is there something here that genuinely requires my attention? Pause. Ask, what are the facts? Pause. What is my body telling me? Pause. What is fear predicting? Pause. What feels aligned with what I know? Pause. You don't have to decide everything tonight. Sometimes discernment says, go, Sometimes stop. Sometimes wait. And sometimes the wisest answer is, I need more information. Allow that to be enough. Now we're going to put in the new practice response, and that's called neuroplasticity. Now we're going to rehearse. Bring that same situation back into your awareness. But this time, something is different. The trigger happens. You notice it. And instead of immediately reacting, you pause. You breathe. You feel your feet. You relax your shoulders. You observe the thoughts. You listen to the fear. You check the facts. You discern. And then you choose. See yourself responding differently. Maybe you speak calmly. Maybe you wait. Maybe you ask a question. Maybe you set a boundary. Maybe you walk away. Maybe you say, I don't know yet. Whatever your aligned response is, see yourself practicing it. Pause. Again, see it, feel it, practice it, pause. And one more time. Trigger, pause, breathe, discern, choose. This is the practice, and you don't have to get it perfect. You're practicing, and that matters because neuroplasticity reminds us that the brain can adapt through learning and experience. You are not trying to erase every old response tonight. You are creating an opportunity to experience another response. And the next time the pattern appears, you can practice again. Pause, breathe, discern, choose, repeat. Now, my warriors, place one hand over your heart. Feel your hand against your body. Take a slow breath and repeat silently. I don't have to react immediately. I can create space. I can listen without obeying fear. I can discern. I can choose differently. And finally, I am not the pattern. I am the awareness that can interrupt it. Let that move beyond your mind. Feel it, breathe it, embody it. Now let's do our final 4-4-6 breath. Inhale for 4, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 4, 2, 3, 4. Slowly release for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Allow your breath to return naturally. Feel your feet. Feel the surface beneath you. Notice the room around you. You are here. You are present. And you have given yourself something incredibly powerful, a pause. Before you leave, remember, you don't have to destroy the old pattern. You don't have to fight yourself. You don't have to become fearless. You just simply have to become aware enough to recognize the moment when the pattern begins and then interrupt it. Pause, breathe, listen, discern, choose, repeat. Because the space between the trigger and the reaction is where your awareness lives. And within that awareness, there is a choice, there is a possibility, there is growth, there is you. So the next time fear rises, don't ask, how do I make this feeling disappear? Ask, what happens if I pause? And give yourself the opportunity to find out. The pause is not weakness. The pause is not indecision. The pause is power. Take one final breath and carry this truth with you. I am not the pattern. I am the awareness that can interrupt it. The divine light has always been within you. And when you pause long enough to listen, you may discover that the clarity you've been searching for was never as far away as you thought. Have a wonderful evening, and until we meet again, good night.